Welcome back, Tabletop Gamers, and this is another edition of the Replay Fanatics top issues. Another one here I want to talk about is what I call the tabletop curves. It's kind of where everybody finds themselves. So let's jump in right away. Let's talk here about the newcomers first and the hurdles that they face. You got as soon as you come in now, a newcomer can also not just be brand new to all overall gaming, but brand new to a game. Could have been a long time veteran. um, so looking at them, you may be getting a huge thick rule book in a new game. There's a ton of components that go along with the game. And then there's the ever finishing, did I do this right, or did I do this wrong? All those things start to stack up, right? Especially as a brand new person. So here's the best tip I can give newbies to anything, which is to start small. Start with small games, express games. If they have one available, you can learn much quicker. Don't worry about playing messy. It doesn't matter if you get the rules right. Just you'll learn as you go along. Nobody's as good the last time they played a game as they were the first time they played a game. So don't be afraid to go through stuff. And just make sure, of course, number one is to have fun while you're doing it. Don't worry about whether you're doing it right. Just worry about whether you're having fun. The right will come along as you go. All right, let's talk about the second piece of this, which is what I call the mid-level plateau. Kind of those guys in the middle. They have a shelf of games. Some of them are starting to collect dust. Um, they what they do is they get a brand new game, and then they start you start to end up doing that inevitable scrolling of all those forums and groups in Facebook, and start comparing your game to others, and there's the brand new release coming out of this or that, and you start getting yourself caught up in a bunch of things instead of concentrating in on the game you just got and trying to work with that. And then sometimes you're just like, why, I should love this game, well, why don't I? And you just start to lose a little bit of excitement while you're playing the game. So my tip here is to really play what excites you, not what's trending. So don't worry about brand new game just got released by X company. You got to go get it. You got to stay up with everybody else. You will fall into a horrible trend when you try and do that. Stick with what you got. Look what's on your shelf. Play that, and create that into something like what I did. Put a 1980 universe together. I'm playing every sport that for that year. That's allowing me to really keep my shelf moving along and keeping different tabletop games on my desktop, which I love. All right, let's talk about the next one, which I call the veteran drift. You see these guys in the groups where they got no time for anybody else. They sound bored. They're snappy. They don't really have patience. They have become bored from mastering their own game, which I think is kind of funny. And there are those guys out there in every single game group that you might join. And so those guys have just become seriously bored because they've mastered it all. For tips for those type of guys, which I've become those once in a while, try to mentor somebody and see if you can help them learn the game the way you have. Offer them up tips and strategies and things that you've done for home brewed rules, and you'll get a little excitement out of watching them get excited. Visit your old games, put a twist on them, do something like I'm doing with my changing up things in the universe, and so I think that's going to help. Making trades and not letting trades go through, making changing the draft up that year. And then try to just break your habits of what you always do. Every time you pick up a game, you do X. Well, try something different. Ask somebody, what's a different way to run a season that I haven't thought of before? Just come up with some different ways to do stuff, or just pick up a different game. So to me, that's really the four big segments that are out there. So the whole idea of this gaming is to play more, stress less, and try to keep yourself on the curve and try to keep yourself in the happy part of the curve. That's all for now, and I'll see you on the next episode.